unless you've watched their games, you have no idea what I mean. And I think all Cowboy fans know why I say that.
But because as a Cowboy fan, you know one thing. You love the Cowboys or you hate them.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
So it's not. You don't get it's no in between.
Nah,
It's a love-hate type of relationship. I mean, whenever we walk in the door.
Yeah.
Whenever you walk in, if you walk in Double D's right now. Oh, come on, man. Take that off, man. Take that off. Man, what is your team's record? Like, I'm getting advice on my team. Yeah. But your team is lower than us.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't understand.
I don't understand. I mean, RG3, I think he didn't flicker it out. Because I think defenses is gearing up. The college offense is not in the pros.
In the Big 12.
I mean, I'm not going to say he came up with a flame, but ask Cam Newton, it changes. It changes. We got a quarterback. I'm always on the fence with him. I mean, I want to defend him. I want to defend him. There's times I want to defend him, but there's times I want to take him out to the woodshed and just beat his brains out.
Yeah. just like the sick dog, just go out there and just end it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man.
What were you thinking?
So let me ask you a question. So do you think that Romo has run his course in Dallas? Do you really believe that? And I mean, and I'm gonna be honest with you, because I know that Chad, you always call me a Romo apologist.
Here, we get ready to get into a part of the segment that y'all don't like. Because they're getting ready to start war.
Chad calls me a Romo apologist. But what I will say is I'm not a Romo apologist, but what I do believe is right now, at this moment, he seems to be the best option that we have, provided that we allow him to do what he does best. And that is to move around in the pocket and extend plays. I don't see us doing that.
But he has to protect the ball. And I'm not talking about interceptions. I'm talking about Tony Romo's loose with the ball when he's scrambling around.
And you know what?
He drops the ball out his hand.
And you know what? And I've seen him do that. But I've also seen him. See, here's the thing with Romo.
You're taking the risk over reward.
Because
that's where you're going with.
But the thing about it is, you want to know why? Because when we got him, we knew he was a risk. He was a risk when we got him. It was a risky move. I mean, this is the reason why it's a risky move. Because Bill Parcells just happened to see this guy at the combine.
Well, he was always hesitant, though, when they kept calling his name over Drew Blake. Bill Parcells was like, look, I'm going to tell you like this. He's not ready. You know what I'm saying?
He still has the warts.
And he still has a lot of,
going on. Yeah.
But now, as you say that, now it's been 6 years as a starter. Now, there's times where it's just like, dude, where are you looking? Where are you throwing the ball? And the thing is just that at times it's just like, dude, just live for another down.
But but you know what? But in his defense, here's my issue.
Here we go.
But in 6 years as a starter, he's had 3 coaches.
Okay.
But don't you think that had something to do with it?
And Campbell, from where is he at now? He had like 6 a year.
And where is where is he?
He's I think he's in Chicago.
He's in Chicago.
He's in Chicago.
And that's my point. My point is if you want to have some consistency, you have to have consistency at the top first. We trade coaches too much. We've done that.
I've heard Romo and Brett Favre mentioned in the same sentence.
Yeah, but
Brett
again,
Favre's I don't like him because he gets too much publicity when he was playing, when he won. But Brett Favre was a winner. Brett Favre still knew how to win.
But then you have to think too. Brett Favre knew how to win. But then think about this: who was the coach of the Green Bay Packers at that time?
That's Mike Holmgren.
Exactly. And how long was he there?
Okay, but he went to Minnesota, and Minnesota should have went into the Super. They should have because they should have made it. And it's not. And I'm not talking about. I'm talking about their play. Warranted them to be in the Super Bowl.
What I'm talking about is I'm talking about coaches now. I'm talking about the fact
that played for a different coach when he went to Minnesota.
He left the Jets to go to Minnesota.
No. What I'm saying is how long was Mike Holmgren in Green Bay with Brett Favre?
A lot.
And that's the thing. These guys had years together. They had time together. They had time to develop a relationship. Mike Holmgren
as Green Bay. But then McCarthy came in and in the last 3 years that he was there, and then he
That's
went
when
to
he
the
threw
Jets.
2 picks. Well, he threw 2 picks.
No.
Well, he threw the pick
Brett
against
Favre
the Giants.
But listen.
That was
What I'm
Mike
saying,
McCarthy.
But what I'm saying is Brett Favre only won 1 Super Bowl.
Okay,
And the
that's
Super Bowl
enough.
that he won, they went back to back. He won the Super Bowl 1 year against the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
And then he turned around the next year and they went to the bowl again that
Denver.
year and they lost to Denver.
But
the point is
that one was for John.
and you know what? And that's fine.
That's why they gave it to John.
Is Mike Holmgren had his team ready. He knew what his quarterback can do. Since Romo has been a starter, when he started, when Bill Parcells that year, he started that year, halfway through the season, Drew Bledsoe gets benched, Parcells brings in Romo plays.
Who do you blame? Because if coaches are going in and out, who makes the coaching
So
changes?
listen, so the following season, then in comes Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips comes in, 07, Cowboys go.
But he wasn't calling the plays. Jason Garrett was calling the plays.
No, Sean Payton was calling the plays.
No.
When Bill Parcells was there.
When Bill Parcells.
Oh yeah. Sean Payton was calling the plays.
Yeah, when Bill Parcells.
But then when Wade Phillips was there.
They got Garrett. They went and got Garrett. Garrett was somewhere with the Giants or somewhere. They brought him back.
Right.
Yeah, they brought him back. But
and they was paying him more than Wade Phillips. Come on, how's your
offensive coordinator
making more than your head coach? Jason Garrett was making $3 million.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want him to go nowhere.
Now let's go forward here. Let's talk about this season right here, right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Indianapolis Colts. They 5-3 with a rookie. They don't got no head coach. Their head coach was diagnosed with leukemia.
This team,
Okay, now the thing is, it was only projected to win 1 game.
But you know what the difference is? The difference is right now. I mean, I look at Indy.
Truck strong, man.
And what I see is a team
rally
that has it right. They have motivation.
Okay,
they have
yeah, which is understandable. Which is understandable. But you still got to go out there and make the plays. And he's going out there and making plays as a rookie. Period. Point blank.
400. He threw for 433. Romo threw for 437. He threw 58 times.
He
Romo
threw
62. He threw no picks. Zero picks. Romo threw 4 picks. Now
they came out with the win.
But this is a
and
rookie.
we got the L. You know what I'm saying?
This is
the
a rookie.
guys are still out there making plays. You still got the receivers that's going out there making the plays for him. They going all out for him. And that's the thing. You can pretty much look at different teams and just different ways of how they go about doing things. A lot of teams, if you look, they make it real easy. When we watch us, we just make it so difficult.
So let me ask, you know what? I tell you this here, Chad, I couldn't agree with you more, to be honest with you.
You know, I'm looking at a simple out route. It's just like, are you kidding me?
We make it look
just like
we make it look like
on every single play.
We make it look like rocket science.
We ripping every single play, and it's like you can watch a rookie or some other team, and it's just like, wow, they just go on methodically down the field.
You can watch Eli throw at the Cruz, and he's
doing.
I mean, where did he come from?
And
Victor Cruz was a nobody.
And we watching
now he's their #1 receiver.
And we watching Des Bryant go across the middle like, oh God, don't fall, don't fumble. You know, it's like, come on, man, this is routine.
You have to think,
don't slip.
Think about that stuff. Yeah.
You know, and it's just simple.
Just like last week, I'm thinking, okay, we're down 19-13. All we need is one defensive play. We make everything hard. I mean, we're blaming Scandrick, but why does it have to come to that every week where one play is magnified?
One play is going to cost us a W or L.
Why is one play always magnified?
And it's week
every
after week. It's
okay,
not like
the Giant game. If he gets his hand down,
it's
one play. Okay,
you know.
But then we come back because you got a touchdown, so your emotional high went from here to here because the man's hand's out of bounds. They're not going to give you that same route again. You got it right there, so you should have took it. That's what good teams take what they want. When they want it, they take it. We always find a way, this week is his hands out of bounds. This week is, we put a kicker in to kick a pressure kick from 51 yards. Yeah, it's outside. It's a nice day, but you kicking from 50, it ain't no 44.
That ain't no gimme.
No, it ain't no chip shot.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Whereas you already got
you thinking.
So you take that time out into the locker room. It's like, what? Why give it to you in the first place if you ain't going to use it? That's just like, and then you got other teams that are just like methodically, just like they
Eli.
know what to do. They know where to go. They know how to run.
But they had 26 straight fourth quarters that they scored in. Except Sunday, it was a different feel. But you're just confident in what you can do. They taking the ball out of Tony Romo's hands. They like,
here's
you
the box.
You giving it to Felix Jones, and he ain't done nothing all day. But you saying Romo can't. If you're gonna take it out of his hands and give it to Felix Jones, you might as well let him throw that pick.
I'd rather for him to throw it.
I'd rather for him to know we had an opportunity.
And
that's all I ask is they're giving me what I want to a degree, but then it's always the finish. We can't finish.
Yeah, we have an issue with finishing games.
Finishing games, and we've had that problem since. I mean, we can go back. Even when Parcells was there, we had problems finishing.
So if that's the case, no. So I guess my question is then, does it have anything to do with the fact that if you're going to play for the Cowboys, you have to have a certain type of player with a certain mentality because of the pressure that comes with playing for this particular organization? Would you say that's it?
Well,
I mean, because that's the only thing I can come up with.
I mean, you're partially right, but my thing is that you still have to have that will to win collectively. Yeah. And it's just, you are magnified because you are on the Cowboys, or if you in New York,
53 men believing.
Absolutely, everybody has to be on the same page. Do your job. You know what your job is. Do your job collectively. The ultimate goal is winning by any means. Don't just play just to be competitive. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, I think, it's just our mentality. Just play just to be competitive. We have all the talent in the world. I mean, it's a known fact. We have all the talent, but it's just not cohesive. It's just not, it's everybody's here. Some people's here. It's just not.
It's like a bad
like a bad relationship.
Yeah, you're right. You're
People
right.
that don't belong together.
Right.
I mean,
you may be good by yourselves. You may be good. You may be a good person.
Individual.
And you're a good person. But together, the dynamics of how your relationship is working, it's not working. And that's what I'm seeing with
this
a lot of
pressure. There's a lot of pressure on. And this is by no means an apology. I think it's a lot of pressure on Tony Romo. And when I say that, it's pressure he brought from himself, from expectations. But, I mean, when you're pressured like that, like we talk about Michael Vick, you're thinking the game. Football's not, you're not to be thinking. You're supposed to be out there performing. You're on stage. Let's go. Okay, Romo thinking, like in a play with Cole Beasley. Should I throw it? Should I run?
Right.
If you're sure of yourself, if you plan, if you are who you say you are,
you're going to
make the choice. You're
going to make the play and live with it.
And go with it.
My thing is, you're going to take one for the team.
Well, you may take one for the team, but you're going. Like in that instance, you're going to make a decision. It's going to be snap. Yeah. It ain't going to be.
Well,
should I throw it? No, it's going to be. Put my foot in the ground and try to fake him out.
Yeah.
But even if this is my thought on that. My thought on that is, even if he doesn't make the touchdown, the team is going to buy in because they're going to see you're trying to win. They're going to say, well, Tony gave his body up for the team. So if he goes and takes that hit and don't get in, but long as the team see that you show some effort,
right,
they're gonna buy into that.
That hunger and that desire.
It's gonna galvanize, and everybody's gonna come together at that moment and say, this guy's really about winning. He really wants to win this game. Let's get behind him. We don't have a team leader. I'm talking about, quote unquote, one man to step up. His voice is heard. We got multiple guys trying to fill the role. No, you need one guy.
One guy.
Yo, he smacks your shoulder. Let's go. You see different guys at different times. Like
it's not really
Ratliff at one time when we played the Giants, he was trying to do it.
They seem to be all
but then DeMarcus Ware sometimes
so let me ask you this. So would you say that basically that they're not fundamentally sound, which points to coaching? Would you say that?
Yeah. A lot of working places is coaching.
A lot. Because you go back to Tyron Smith. First round pick, no problem. I ain't got no problem with that. Last year he had maybe 7 false starts. This year he got 9.
But we were 8.
And when he was in USC, I'm sure Pete Carroll would have gotten his you know what. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
He knew not to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like they make it okay. And these penalties that he's having, they're drive killers. They're drive killers. There's some plays where the play is 10 yards down the field. You don't have to make that hands to the face. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just stuff. You know, it's just a lot of stuff.
It's just
unnecessarily.
It's not knowing the magnitude. It's situational football. You got to know, in this situation, I can't do this. I can't.
Yeah,
as
you
a guy, you gotta hold yourself accountable.
I know he might be beating me, but I can't cause no penalty.
I can't be
that
the
type
one
of thing
to jump outside.
So
I can't be the one to commit a pass offense.
So basically, what you're saying is, and it goes back to what we were saying just a minute ago, are they thinking too much?
That's what I mean.
See, I believe that they're thinking too much.
They are. They're overthinking.
Yeah.
Because every play is just so scrutinized because we put ourselves in that situation. It's like people are looking at, okay, in this situation, what kind of play is Jason Garrett going to call? He's going to call some crazy kind of play. And it's a simple play, whereas if you know the weaknesses, you attack the weakness. But we'll do something way off the wall. You know, it could be a 3rd and 1, rerunning a sweep.
So what you
Instead of man up, line up, and get that chain link like we didn't do against Atlanta.
When the Cowboys got to win now, man. I'm tired of
year after year. You know, you got to go through 7 months of training camp, the draft, OTAs. Then they hyping us up. We go out there, lay eggs, and it just
I think the Cowboys are really ready this year.
No, and it, like again, you know, this year it's like, oh yeah, we.
Then they stubbed their toe in a game, and then they just lost for the whole season.
It's just like
yeah. And you know what? I'll tell you this here. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't mean to be so blunt when I say it this way, but from my perspective, what they've been doing for the last 3 years, I would say, is bullshit. That's the bottom line. You know, for 2010, they come into the season, we have all these expectations, you know, we draft these guys, and what happened? These guys, they fall flat on their face. And you know what? And this was the reason why I was asking you about our quarterback situation earlier. Because, you know what, when John Kitna came in, I don't know what it was about the mentality of the team, but they seem to change in some kind of way.
Because he wasn't a great player.
He's not a great player.
But he brought an attitude.
That's the thing.
He brought a winning type of attitude.
Because
even though he was a bum, he brought this attitude that brought everybody together and let's do this.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. See, because my thing is this here. You don't have to be a great player. But what you have to be is a team player. Because you know what? Because when I
don't want to turn the page to Cal.
Because no, I'm not saying that. No. Listen. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is this: when I look at Tony Romo's stats from the Atlanta game, he still had over 300 yards passing, a touchdown, and no INTs. But we only scored 13 fucking points. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, but see. Tony Romo's not a player you can judge by numbers. Because his numbers is always going to be good.
But this is what I'm saying. But
we're talking about sticking a throw on 3rd down. Like, okay, on the first drive. Okay, Asante Samuels is beat. All you got to do is lead Des Bryant.
Lead
you underthrowing.
But then, too,
you give Asante Samuels the opportunity.
But then I blame Des Bryant, too, on that because he knew it was underthrown. But my thing is that you got to make that other extra effort to stop, come back to the ball, and make, your adjustment.
But again, thinking too much.
That's what I'm saying. He's thinking that the ball is going to come right to him, whereas he already knows.
No, but
he already knows.
You watched Des for 3 years. You've seen him go get balls. I've seen him in his rookie year, and that's what has everybody thinking. But you're only great if you perform when you need to perform.
But here's the thing. But is it that he's not performing when he needs to perform, or what is the message that's being delivered to him? Because what I see is I see him. I don't see him progressing. I see him regressing.
Yeah.
How many catches did he have?
One
catch.
After a week when you had 300-yard receivers.
100. Now
what's
going on with that?
Miles Austin he's catching balls, but he's not an impact.
Right.
It's not impact
like
catches.
He's breaking tackles and taking it to the house. There's no impact.
When there was no money on the table, Every week he was taking off.
Taking it to the house.
Now
he got his stats.
Now what he does, he catches it, and since he fumbled, like we said, he catches it, and you cannot run through a hole when you got two hands on the football.
Right.
You just got to
now
learn
he's
how
thinking
to
about
protect the ball.
Now he's thinking about the fumble. Now you thinking
And
just play.
And that's the thing. You know
Just
what?
play.
You got to get protected with this one arm.
You know what's funny? Jimmy Johnson. I remember listening to him last year, and he was talking about what happens to players when you got a guy out there that drops a ball. And he said now that receiver's going to be out there thinking, I have to catch it, I have to catch it, I have to catch it. He said, and as a coach, you have to find ways to get that out of their head. You have to invent ways to get that out of the receiver's head. My question is this happening in Dallas right now? These guys, they're too uptight.
I don't want you to go too far off of that when you say Jimmy Johnson. Because I was thinking something about Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to relate that to this team here. Okay. Now, we were 1-15 this first year. Okay, but now, if you was a Cowboy fan at that time, what did you see? You seen 1-15, 3-13, 7-9. You seen progression. I'm saying, and you seen that the team was buying into a system and a philosophy.
But what I also saw is I saw a coach that didn't give a damn what the media thought. And he told his players how he felt about how they were performing right then and there.
No,
that's what I saw.
My statement is you just seen the team, but you seen them growing. So and when you say we got to buy into Garrett, but you don't, like you said, you just said it. With Jimmy, even though they were losing, you seen, they were taking steps to get better as an organization, as a team. With this team, you still see like Jason Garrett's like, whatever. He got that. He don't know how to. He don't know how to say, look. Okay, you missed that block. We don't need you no more. Jimmy Johnson will say that. You fumbled the ball, and tomorrow you're cut. And see, he's going to find some out in the waiver wire.
And you know what? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought that's what we were going to get in Garrett.
You're right.
And I really thought that's what we were going to get. In the beginning,
he started cleaning house.
Yeah, he came in with that mentality, and then all of a sudden,
then he went to that. Oh well.
Like every week you got to get better. Like you said, we know you got to get better. We know that. Don't keep telling us that every week.
So this is Garrett's speech. Well, we just simply have to play better, in all phases of the game, in offense, defense, and the kicking game. You said that 2 years ago. You said the same exact thing.
Week in and week out.
And my thing is this. You're 16-16 as a head coach.
That's mediocre.
That's just mediocre.
You're a 500 coach. So my question is what is it that...
But you don't have 500 talent. That Jerry Jones is giving you the best. No, but he's giving you because he's giving you what he can give you.
You know what?
Are you getting the most
out of the talent that he got?
That he's providing.
Okay, but let me ask this question. When I look at the players that we have, my question is do these players have the training from before to handle the spotlight of being Dallas Cowboy players, man? And the reason that I brought that up before, and the reason that I'm asking this question is because, listen.
You can't use that as a bell.
Listen. This is the reason why you kind of have to look at this. Because if you're talking about guys, undrafted free agents, guys, our team is filled with players that came from small schools.
But when we were building the Super Bowl teams in the 90s, what were we doing? Okay, you started with Troy.
But look at a lot of the number one picks
You started with Mike Worthy. No, but I'm talking about this is the way you build your organization. Mm-hmm. He said, okay, we started with Mike Worthy. Then Troy Aikman comes the next year. Then you get Emmitt Smith. You get something to cover every facet of the game that you need.
And now this is what I want you to think. I want you to think where these players came from. Look at the schools and the programs that these guys came from.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But my point is we're talking about these key positions. We're talking about these leadership positions. When you look at how that team was assembled, you look at Troy Aikman, you look at the school he came from, you look at Michael Irvin, where he came from.
But they weren't really looking at it. They was looking at the leadership.
But what
Troy Aikman was a leader, and he was like okay, he didn't want to make a mistake. Like when he was throwing the ball, if he threw an interception, he was pissed at himself.
But this is what I'm saying. But what I'm talking about is the difference in the programs, meaning this. If you come from a school like Eastern Illinois, I'm talking about Tony Romo's school, as opposed to Troy Aikman's LSU,
UCLA.
I'm sorry, UCLA. I'm thinking
Oklahoma. He went to Oklahoma,
but
he didn't want to run the risk.
So think about this here. Think about this. Think about the stage of those games that he played at this school and what he's playing here. I would be honest.
You can't use it.
I'm
gonna tell you why. Where did Marcus Colston come from?
Marcus Colston came from Hofstra.
So what is he doing in this league right now?
He's tearing the league.
Listen, but that doesn't mean that you don't have some exceptional players.
Where did Jerry Rice come from? Jerry Rice came from a division.
Where did Dexter Cody come from? Appalachian State. Appalachian.
So I mean, it's not where you come from. It's about.
It's just about, do you have the talent?
Do you have the league? Yeah, Jerry Rice.
Here's the thing.
He was dropping the ball. Jerry Rice said,
but
I know this is not me dropping all these balls.
But here's the other thing that you got to think of. Having the talent to play the game, and having the mentality and the heart to play the game is two different things. Because you got to think, man, at that time that Jerry Rice came out, you know, when those guys came out and they had exceptional talent at that point, you're talking about a league that didn't have the parity that it has
where
now.
did Phillips Jones come from?
He came from Arkansas.
So does that apply to him?
Yeah, well that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you look at how talent matches up today as opposed to what it did then, when you had those exceptional athletes at that time that ended up going to teams that were fairly decent, see, because of the parity in the NFL, those guys could excel. Well, but not today. In today's NFL, you got guys, man, that, you know, everybody has exceptional talent on their team for the most part. But when you have those guys that have exceptional talent, and then you have those guys that have the mentality for playing in big games, that's what changes the dynamic.
I think, well, when you say that too, when you have those guys that's coming in from those small schools though, and if they're coming to an organization, I think this is where the veteran that are already there, they need to mold them and tell them this is how we do it here. I can see, I would have liked to seen, let's say for instance, Miles Austin, but he stays hurt. This is how we run things. Take Dez Bryant under his wing. Things like that. But how you going to say Miles Austin is going to teach somebody whereas he stay hurt? You know what I'm saying? Right. There's no bona fide. There's no bona fide. Look, this is how we do things around here. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to see DeMarcus Ware just yo. You over here tripping.
And here's the thing, but does he have that in him?
But that's not his mentality, and we want it as fans.
Yes,
we want it as fans because we see it in other teams. We see it in other teams. Right. But the thing is just that it's not hard because DeMarcus Ware, he has the stats. He has the Pro Bowls, maybe not the Super Bowl or MVP, but he has that clout. They're going to listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I think besides Romo, he's the face of the franchise.
Pierre Paul. Justin Tuck, Newman Yor. He's that type of player for the Cowboys. Each one of them have a voice. Yeah. But DeMarcus Ware, I don't know, he's a silent leader, but I
see him lately because it's crunch time. Right.
It's
not even crunch time for the team. It's crunch time for him too.
Right. But I think he needs to be a more vocal leader because you can't. Certain people don't follow that lead by example, especially with these Cowboys, as we
and especially with the young guys.
It's not
the young guys. Young guys is like, look, I'm gonna do my thing.
Oh, we're gonna follow DeMarcus Ware. No, you got to be told because that star in your helmet to you means something different than it means to somebody else. That star in your helmet, you like, I made it. No, you didn't make it.
Right.
It's only going to get worse.
It's only going to get worse. And the fact of the matter is, I see those guys like your Michael Irvins, your Darren Woodsons, they are going ballistic.
Right.
They wish that they was on their team right now.
Right.
It'd be some fist thrown, it'd be some look, some grab and look. What is you doing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I know, the veterans,
the
the past Cowboys, you can hear it in their voice. He like, oh my goodness, I wish I was on that team right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I wish I could just take him in the locker room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He was a boxer though, so you gotta see where the toughness came.
And this is what I'm saying.
But the Marcus Ware family was in the service.
But see, here's the thing. But you just said it right there, where the toughness comes from. It's about the training. It's about the background. It's about those things that have been mapped over you. It's about that It's about that stuff that you had before you got to this level. That's the thing about this team. That
I like how you said. I like how you said. You know, just because I got the star on my helmet, I made it. No, you didn't make it. I mean, you might have made it monetarily and all that, but yet, if you're hungry, if this is what you love to do. Oh, you got to take it to another level, especially if you're on the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Jerry Jones, it's all about Jerry Jones.
That too.
Because if you notice, okay, we're talking about the Cowboys the last 15, 20 years. What real authoritative figure has Jerry Jones allowed to run the Dallas Cowboys? Him and Jimmy Johnson, they get along because Jimmy was that guy.
He was that guy.
Jimmy was, okay, he would say, look, Elliott, you missed that field goal. We don't need you no more.
Yeah, he was. And Jerry Jones didn't like it. You know
Jerry Jones didn't like that. Jimmy was bigger than at that time.
At that time,
Jimmy was bigger than he.
It was Jimmy. And Jerry Jones can't. He's narcissistic like that. He's just like an old guy that just
what did he do?
Wants all
after Jimmy
the credit.
What did he do?
He goes get
Barry Switzer.
Hell, I could have coached that team that year. He go get Barry Switzer. You know,
this is Jimmy Johnson's players. Just like a lot of good pieces that we have right now is from Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
Bill Parcells drafted DeMarcus Ware.
Yeah.
Him.
He went and got Jason Witten.
He got Spears.
He got Spears.
Yeah, he got Romo.
Chris Candy. But he ain't with us no more. But what I'm saying is
he laid the foundation.
He knows. I mean, Bill Parcells, when he's looking for team guys that fit into a situation. Okay, Jason Witten wasn't the star to begin, but he knew Jason Witten was going to be a star.
Right.
He was a tough-nosed guy. Like somebody like Martellus Bennett, he would have never survived with Bill Parcells.
No, he didn't never.
He's not a Bill Parcells type of player.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
Bill Parcells, okay, Miles Austin. Bill Parcells brought him on because he's from New Jersey. And that's what Bill's like, yo, this guy has something. But then once we handed him the money, his hunger left.
Did you see how Julius Jones? That was Julius Jones' guy. But when he got there, it was just like, are you kidding me? I drafted you? For real? Look how you playing.
So,
you know?
Okay, we had two coaches in what? In the last 20 years, we could say. Two coaches that really were authoritative type figures. I mean, everybody else was handpicked because Jerry knew that there was not going to be any conflict as far as any decisions he made.
Right.
Okay? When T.O. was brought in, we all had, I mean, you know, because you know what T.O. does to a franchise. He's a great player, but
Bill control.
Bill Parcells said, look.
He called him the player.
Bill Parcells said, look. No. But like with Emmitt Smith, Parcells said, I'm not handling that. I'm going to let Jerry take care of that. But he's letting Jerry know Emmitt's got to go. Right. His time's up.
So to speak.
Like, what's the boy that's on ESPN now? Marcellus Wiley. He said, Bill came to me, and at the time I didn't believe him. He said, but he was right. He knew me better than I knew myself. He said, you lost a step.
Right.
Because he evaluated you, and this is what he liked about you, but then somewhere along the line,
he got his money.
He sees something, he see that you're not as hungry as you were. So, Julius Jones, I guarantee you, he might be kicking himself for that move. Steven Jackson was a better fit at that time.
Yeah, I remember that draft. I certainly remember
because I think Steven Jackson's career would have been down a different path had he come to the Cowboys.
And you know what? I tell you what, there's still conversations about that to this day about choosing Julius Jones over Steven Jackson.
Well, my thing is that too. You know, when the draft came up, not even when the draft. I'm sorry, when the free agent, just this last week. You know, it wasn't like there was no rumblings, there was no talk. I mean, I know that you want to get the younger guys in. You know, I understand that. But my thing is just that, you know, right here and now, this is it right now.
If you're trying to win right now, it's decisions you, as an organization, that you have to make.
It's not like we didn't pay anybody else now. You know what I mean? Like we paid anybody else. Hell, bring Steven Jackson in.
Or you trying to win?
Go ahead.
Or you trying to put people in the seats. But I think his career would have gone differently.
Different path.
Had he played with the Cowboys, because we had more around him.
He didn't have to be the man. He didn't have to be the man.
He wouldn't have took the pounding that he took.
Right.
Because we had blocking, we had this, we had that.
Yeah. There are a lot of things going on. But we kind of running out of time here.
We've gone well beyond.
Yeah, we've gone well beyond. So let's just get our predictions for this coming week. What do you think happens? Cowboys 5-3. I wish 3-5. Eagles 3-5. Who wins this game on Sunday?
Wow. I mean, you know
look, what we say last
week.
I'm
a Cowboy fan.
I'm a Cowboy fan.
And I don't really wanna say, you know, because selfishly I'm saying the Cowboys, but in my heart I'm like, I don't know what to expect, because we've been brought up and then boom. They take us up to the mountaintop and just, without warning.
No rope, no nothing.
No parachute,
and just
nothing.
push us off. Nothing.
Well, you know what? Well, just based on that, I'll tell you this here. I have this issue, and you talked about being narcissistic. And in a way, I'm kind of narcissistic.
Because I know what you're going.
I like to be right sometimes. I like to be right. So I'm gonna call it straight up. Here's the thing: the Cowboys find a way to lose against the Eagles this Sunday. They do. Well, I mean, because come on, man. You guys have been watching these games like I have. And here's the thing: I'm not saying that because the Eagles are better, because I certainly don't believe that. But what I do believe is
too much pressure.
But I believe that there's too much pressure.
Because every game is a must-win.
That's right.
And we don't play well under.
And I believe that they find a way. Here's the thing. I believe they go into this game. I believe they're going to dominate the game. I believe that they're going to get some turnovers. I believe that they're going to sack Michael Vick. I believe they're even going to get some turnovers.
Scoreboard.
But what I believe is
the
scoreboard is going to show us something different. Because someone is going to miss an assignment, someone is going to let somebody run back for a touchdown, or something stupid like that.
Scoreboard.
So, I don't see the Cowboys winning. I mean, their demeanor after the Atlanta game, I feel like that the wind got knocked out of them. I'm not sure where they are emotionally. I don't know if they're going to recover. They're 3-5. I don't know if where Romo's head is. I don't know if the defense is going to start looking over there at the offense and saying, we've been doing our job, but y'all not holding up your end of the bargain. And then we start having some division stuff in the locker room.
They can't really brag about what they've been doing. I mean, they've been doing some things, but they ain't been remarkable. But they've been just like playing not to lose.
Let me tell you what the defense. Let me tell you what.
Like when you look at Chicago, you know they're going to have one or two turnovers a game. Cowboys are just, let's stay in front of these guys. Let's keep them in front of us.
But here's the thing.
Let's keep the score down and try to win late.
But name me a good offense in the NFL right now.
Green Bay Packers.
Okay, so if you take the Green Bay Packers offense with the way the Dallas Cowboys defense is playing, how many wins does this team have? Think about it. So, you know what? So, yeah, I'm going to say that the defense is okay.
I mean, we could score points. I mean, if they take the handcuffs off, and it's just like, look, we just got to put it all.
But it's okay, good enough.
Play with the house money. That's all I want. I'm going for the Cowboys, regardless. Push all chips in the middle of the table. This is what's going to happen.
Let me ask you this.
It's okay, good enough.
Is okay, good enough? Well, let me ask you this. Is the Cowboys' defense better this year than it was last year?
It is.
Absolutely.
But
let me ask you this. So if you took the way the Cowboys offense performed last year with the way the defense is performing this year, what kind of
it was flip side, because last year our defense let us down. And our offense scored.
This is what I'm saying.
Now it's flip flop, so you can't really.
You know why you can say that? You know why you can say that? Because for the most part, you still have the same offense, but you don't have the same defense.
You exactly right. We still have the same offense, right? We still have Miles Wallace. We still have this.
Right.
we ain't got that killer instinct.
I don't think our defense is optimistic, man.
Enough.
I think in certain times you got to step up. A player on the defense has to step up. Like we gave Carr $50 million. He's got to say, look, okay, if I got Julio Jones, I'm taking one from him today.
Yeah.
I'm taking one.
Yeah, that's the attitude.
I'm taking one today. I'm not going to sit back and say,
just play
bring it to me.
game.
Bring it to me. You didn't go by me. We still lost the game.
Yeah.
But this is
and
what
the
I'm
thing
saying.
is, like with Victor Butler, was he the only one out there playing?
No, it wasn't even him. It was Bruce
Bruce
Carter.
Carter. I'm sorry, Bruce Carter.
But this is what I'm saying. When I look at the Cowboys' offense this year, same players for the most part in comparison to last year. This is what I see.
Scheme's different though. But Jason Garrett's running the scheme.
No, the scheme is the same.
No, he's Callahan. Him and Callahan.
They running something crazy. I don't know what they run.
But they're not a balanced.
But this is what I'm saying, and this is what I'm seriously not getting. Is how can you take a team and you look at all the games that we played last year, and I can count on one hand how many games that we didn't score over 20 points.
This year we out of 8 games,
we only scored 20.
We didn't go over 20.
We only got over 20.
Twice.
I know.
Twice we got over 20 points.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is my personal opinion.
Wait.
Our stars are stars.
3 times.
Our stars are stars.
What we claim
what's
to
the
be.
What's the Bulls' name? DeMarco Murray's not to me. He's not a stud yet.
Just like Bill Parcells. I'll never forget Bill Parcells.
I think they promoted him too quick just because he was having some good games, but he still doesn't show me that burst week in and week out.
And
he shows me some phenomenal talent every now and then.
And I'm always going back to what Bill Parcells. He always said, "I can't use you if you're in the training room. I can't do nothing with you if you're in the training room." Period.
You missed the last 8 games. You come in and your foot.
Injuries happen.
Injuries happen, but
like,
some people are bitten with that.
Yeah, it's just like, wow, Darren McFadden, he's hurt again. You know what I'm saying?
So how can you reach your full potential if sometimes you gotta suck it up? Sometimes are you hurt or are you injured? That's the word. Are you hurt or are you injured? You can play injured, but you can't play hurt. You can play injured.
Well, on that note, we're gonna finish up this segment of the fan spot.
But we're not NFLers. We're not NFLers. We're only fans.
Yeah.
We don't know we're hurt and injured, but I feel you on that.
Right, definitely. Well, we hope you had the opportunity to enjoy our show. We also hope that you had the chance to get out and vote today. I know I did.
I did.
I voted very early in the morning.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for. Damn, what's his name again? Now I voted for Barack Obama.
Who did you?
All day long, Barack.
But
all day.
I mean.
Well, actually, you know what? I didn't vote for Barack. I actually voted for Andrew Luck to be the Rookie of the Year this coming season. I don't care for politics.
Yeah, you try.
Yeah, you right.
God's just messing with you.
No, but you're right. No, you're right. Though. I mean, politics is really a personal thing. But
yeah, it is.
Like I told you earlier when I came in, they said people were in the polls taking pictures of what you vote. That's you're costing him more than you're helping him.
Right.
Ignorance is no excuse for ignorance.
Right.
There's no excuse for that.
But you know what? There is an excuse for ignorance. Ignorance. I mean, you know what? I wouldn't say it's an excuse, but it's a reason. Yeah. Let's put it that way. So, anyway, we will see you the next time on our show.
Thanks for my homie Rick up in Boston. True Cowboy fan for life. All day.
And there's a lot of us out there.
And they all are. I know you guys out there, y'all feel our pain. And I know what you guys are going
but we're looking for more guests. Don't be scared.
Some feedback. You see us on Facebook. You see us on YouTube, man. We need your comments, man. I know.
Absolutely.
It is what it is.
Chime in, man. I mean, I don't care if you're an Eagle fan, Giants. Chime in, man. We can go to war because I can go back.
But we've been going to war with each other forever. So
Dexter, Clint Scale, Michael Downs. I mean, come on, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
Harvey Martin. Come on, man.
Mark Bavaro.
We'll see you guys the next time.
It's cool.
Man, I'll go back.
It's all good.
I was looking at the dudes that I made.